Welcome back to Cinderella Stories. Ash, I know we normally just dive right on into our weekends, but can we just take a moment because at the end of our last episode, 11, we acknowledged that like majority of podcasts don't even see number 11 as like an episode number, but like starting number 12, we looked back at number 11's numbers, and you tell me what you saw.
That everyone's obsessed with us. That's what I saw. Because we had 12,000 views on our video. And I think that's our first double-digit video, first and foremost. And then also for it to have happened on episode 11, which was like so monumental for us. It was like reassuring. Yeah. Reinforced what we already know.
It was like the good juju, like the good, I don't know, karmic energy or just like a blessing, whatever you want to call it. And like, I just felt like just reaffirmed that like everything that we're talking about here, the things that we literally met over together like a year ago, almost to the day actually. And said that like we wanted to do a podcast. I was actually working on another podcast at the time, and Ashley was like, "Drop that, come with me.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
We're going shopping.
Yeah, we're going podcasting."
And so it's really cool to like kind of see the vision that we had like come to life.
Yes,
and it's still shaping, growing. And like, you know, it's evolving as we go, but like, I don't know, it's like super exciting that we can celebrate that.
Yeah. And thank you all for watching. Continue to support, follow us on Instagram. And yeah, it's only getting better.
Yeah. And you know, what's really good actually this past week, really good and bad, I will say that, is the tea. The tea is hot.
Oh, yeah. It was a sloppy WNBA week.
Yeah.
In the best way.
In the best way possible.
Depending. If you think that a CBA is about to get signed anytime soon when it comes to negotiations in the WNBA, it's bad news for you because I'm here to tell you right now, it ain't happening.
No.
It ain't happening.
No. CBA,
everything went off the rails. Like you turned the corner and the car flipped.
Yeah.
It was honestly a disaster.
It's giving bad breakup.
Yeah, it's giving toxic.
It's giving toxic. It's giving ghosting your ex. It's giving...
It's giving showing up and yelling at their doorstep.
No, facts.
Liar. I know what you did.
Facts. And the door's staying closed.
Yes.
The door's staying closed.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody budging an inch here.
Yeah.
And like as they should, but let's
like run through the timeline.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go through the timeline of events. So basically, the Minnesota Lynx, they got knocked out by the Mercury.
Yep.
And to Nafisa Collier on her exit interview, basically her press conference, she wanted to kind of like address the league and the state of the league. Now, there's been so much criticism around what happened in that series, her injury with her ankle and everything, the officiating.
Yes.
You know, Asia Wilson, we talked about this many times. Every player that's a big name at this point has at some point pointed out the officiating and the physicality and coaches or payment. And so it's like all combusting at this point together.
Came to a head.
Now, the crazy part is that Nafisa, she is the vice president of the WNBA Players Association. So this is not just like, you know, someone who just has opinions and they don't know where to put them. Like, this is somebody who was elected to represent the WNBA.
She's organized.
She
comes from a family of activism.
Very intelligent woman.
Created Unrivaled with Breonna Stewart.
Literally. And the president of Unrivaled is her husband. And so she knows a thing or two about what leadership at the top directly looks like. So that's the context for this whole conversation.
So when she pulled up to the press conference and she had the prepared statement, I was like, oh no. Oh no, because anytime someone walks with words... They were like, I don't want to miss any points.
Nope.
And the scroll unraveled, and it felt like it just kept going like, like next page, read. I was like, oh my God. So
and
another thing, and before I'm actually done, also and including to circle back, like any kind of office speak, I feel like we were about to get.
Yeah.
But she was clear, she was concise, she was direct, and she didn't mince words at all. She called out Commissioner Cathy Engelbert to the nth degree.
Yeah.
She quoted her.
Yeah.
She said, Cathy said to me specifically that the players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the television deal that I secured for you hoes.
Yeah.
The hose was my part. But that was the energy.
But and for context on that, Cathy, for those who missed it, she secured a $2.2 billion deal with TV rights for 11 years. Yeah. Now, obviously that comes into effect next year, hence why the CBA is really, really hot right now.
Yeah.
And to your point, she also quoted Cathy by saying that Caitlin Clark should be thankful for the platform that the WNBA basically affords her for allowing her to make $16 million a year outside of the league. Oh my goodness.
Bro.
Ding, 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 ding. Like,
to say that is crazy, because one of the things that is kind of unspoken about sports and sports broadcasting is you don't really throw your own under the bus.
No.
You usually keep those contentious conversations in-house. You certainly don't direct quote, whether it was in a formal meeting or a casual conversation. You don't clock somebody to that degree.
Yep.
And she went in and she did not mince words. And I'm so glad that you brought up the point about her knowing what it takes to run the league, because for me, that was the most telling part of Nafisa's statement.
Yes.
When she was like, she literally said,
she's like, maybe if I didn't know your job, maybe if I had no idea what you do as a commissioner, what it entails, then I would be a bit more like, I don't know, she's kind of alluding to forgiving, or not as, I wouldn't have.
Okay, I'll have the exact.
Perfect.
Okay, if I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do.
With her chest.
Exactly what it entails.
Exactly.
And so one of the biggest things that came out of this is all the players flooded to social. Queen Fee, she speaks for me. Absolutely.
Paige came out, Angel came out, and those are the players' names that she dropped alongside Caitlin Clark.
Yes. So all the girls were in support.
Yeah.
Now Cathy has to respond, because you can't have your whole membership talking reckless about you and not say anything. But from a PR standpoint, she has to be really careful with her words, because essentially what she wants to do out loud is call Nafisa a liar. But using that kind of language is going to be detrimental to any kind of relationship that they hope to maybe salvage.
So basically, Cathy had to come out. Now, this is a regular thing that the WNBA does anyways, but there's usually a press conference leading into the WNBA finals. This one happened to be held 30 minutes before the tip-off of the first game of the WNBA finals.
Standing room only, they were saying. That no one really...
I mean, I would be in that room.
Of course. Of course. But that's not something...
I'd be Kendrick Lamar in the back of the room being like,
Some crip walking on someone's grave.
Say Drake.
Yeah. Like, say Cathy.
Say Cathy.
Say Cathy.
Like, what?
Yeah, because usually some people were saying on X and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that usually there's like the beat writers, the usual faces are there.
That's typical.
But it was
media.
like everyone and their mother was
their
there,
mother's brother's
to hear.
dog's auntie's
and
cousin.
The first question was about the finals, I believe, or it was more like on brand situation.
For WNBA.
And then Miss Malika Andrews rides in on a horse, dressage, prancing, the little do one. You know, when the horse tiptoes.
Yeah. But then there's a barrel roll.
Yeah, and then she stood up and was like, "So, Cathy, here's a direct quote. Did you say that?" So, just pulled her up.
And Cathy, so in regards to the Caitlin Clark comment specifically.
That she owes you $16 million.
Yeah, with a $16 million quote, that one. She says, no, I did not say that. Yes. She flat out denied that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of inaccuracy. Was kind of the words that she started to use. And then a reporter from Front Office Sports, Annie Costable, said, did you in fact say that Caitlin Clark should be grateful? And then literally she said, obviously, I did not make those comments.
Yeah, she said it twice.
So she basically looked in the camera and said, Nafisa, you're a liar.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
And then she said there's inaccuracy in reporting.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, we all heard the tape though.
Come on.
Run the tape.
Run it.
Did you or did you not say
it?
Play.
No, but now it's going tit for tat. Like, did she say it? Did she not say it? Because
she said.
Exactly. It's a she said, she said. She said, she said. She sells seashells by the seashore.
And she said that.
And she said that.
But then she said, no, I didn't.
Exactly.
I felt conscious.
Exactly. Bruh. Conscious. I'm crying.
Thank you.
But yeah, so basically that kind of, I guess, got everybody riled up. And then on top of that, now this is something on a whole sidebar that I could go on a separate rant about. But Cathy also said, I'm a mother. As if Nafisa Collier is also not a mother. Oh. Like, she's also a mother. And I just feel a ways about it when women start putting their kids or like the title of mother to shield themselves from direct criticism.
Okay.
It's like, no, first of all, that has nothing to do with the comments being made about your work place. If you want to be like, we're separate the work from like the at-home personality, because we're all mothers, sisters, cousins to people, right? But I didn't like the fact that she used that, and then Twitter had, I call it Twitter still, by the way.
Okay,
I don't subscribe to X.
So do I. When I said X, I was kind of mad. That's why I went back. I reverted.
Twitter had a heyday with that one and I'll pull up all the tweets here because they were like also being like, why would you even bring up the mother thing?
So just to be devil's advocate, I don't necessarily disagree with you.
And by the way, her kids are grown.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I would say I think it is fair to say that it's been a rough week for her.
It's been rough.
If you were in her shoes and everyone's
take the edge off.
You're literally, someone's like, she did it.
Yeah.
No one comes out in your defense. There wasn't one former player that had anything kind to say.
Nope.
And not even in a way where it's like, I believe Nafisa, but for me, I had this one good experience with Cathy.
Yeah.
It was every single person raining down on you.
Yeah.
And that's a big beating to take. So I think in that moment, whether or not you think she was weaponizing it to try and get a little bit of the pressure off, I don't necessarily disagree, but I think it was like a human moment in a press conference where she was very tactical about the things that she was saying up until that point.
Yeah, she was. She's very intentional with everything.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to go into Cathy's background a little bit because while everyone's putting Cathy on blast, I think as good journalists, we got to see the other side a little bit too. Put the cap on.
As journalists, I'm listening. I'm sat.
Okay, so obviously Cathy, she came and joined the WNBA back in 2019. I remember first even reporting that on Swish. And she immediately had a significant impact because she actually negotiated the CBA that they're currently on.
The first one, yes.
The first one, and she made like significant changes to the first one. So here we are, the league has progressed, but she's not keeping up a pace to the progression.
You would say the first one, though, she made improvements.
She made a lot of improvements, and this is some of the improvements to go into them,
Yeah.
actually. So the previous one before the current one that they're on that Cathy didn't negotiate, they had lots of cut corners on logistics.
Yeah.
So Cathy made sure that the players were traveling at least premium economy. Now, keep in mind that they were traveling before on broke down buses. Literally, Natalie Achanwa, one of the better players on Minnesota at the time, she literally tweeted, and it was a whole Twitter thread about how their bus broke down. They couldn't make the game.
Yeah.
And so Cathy upgraded them to premium economy. And then they were later upgraded to charter flights once Caitlin Clark arrived. Now, just park that for a minute. Yeah, I know. Park that there. She also brought in maternity rights for players receiving their full salary while on maternity leave. That wasn't a thing before.
And that wasn't a thing that anyone was doing. Because
nobody
now
was
it's
doing.
In the Olympics, there's a mom's situation in the village.
Exactly.
Now everybody is on board.
Thank you to Kim Gauchier.
So to her point, shout out Kim.
Yeah.
To your point, that is something that she does deserve flowers for.
Flowers for, absolutely. And so, but however, there's a little bit of a caveat with the maternity one that people, teams owners are going to find loopholes and everything. Yeah. The salary counts against their salary cap, which decentivizes teams to keep their players if they're expecting
get knocked up.
Which we know the Dearica Hamby controversy with that, where Dearica Hamby was a part of the Aces. There was a lot of controversy. Go look it up. Becky Hammond had some comments. Ownership front office staff had some comments. She leaves to go to LA.
They started icing her out.
And they iced her out.
They basically started icing her out in Vegas.
Exactly.
Which, Las Vegas.
So we've seen that. So even though they now have maternity rights, because it could be a disincentivizing factor to a player's status on a team, there's that part. So you win some, you definitely lose some.
You lose most.
She also introduced annual care stipends and family planning benefits.
Yep.
And she also negotiated, once again, for this upcoming deal, the $2.2 billion over 11 years. So she's not all I don't believe in black and white. I believe in shades of gray.
Yeah.
Exactly, and nuance. And so Cathy Engelbert is not all bad. So she came a long way from where they were before. But here's the thing. The league has progressed so rapidly, and it's expanding without even conscious, literally
a mile a minute.
A mile a minute.
Yeah.
The Valkyries paid $50 million for their expansion fee. Now Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly are paying $250 million for their expansion fee.
Yeah, business is booming.
Booming.
And to your point, you need to make sure that you're continuing to advance and look ahead. And but I honestly, here's the thing. A CBA negotiation is a way for both sides to say what they want and really for the players and the PA to bring the league along with their needs at the table. They can sit down and say, we need this, this, and this, and this is what we're looking for. Obviously, in this CBA, it's a revenue share. Mm-hmm. That's the big ticket item on the table. The players are currently getting 9%. They want something closer to probably 25 to 30%.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to ask for 50,
50. Yeah,
but I think they want it at least minimally doubled.
Yeah.
Like minimum.
Minimally.
But then it's like the officiating is going to be a hot button issue for sure. And so being at the table is the place to discuss this. But if Cathy wasn't going to be making incremental changes leading up to the CBA or keeping up with the league, as a lot of people are saying about her, one of the things that negates that criticism is those interpersonal relationships.
Yes.
Because you're less likely to come out and shit on your girl, even if you know she's moving a little crazy, if there is a personal relationship. What?
It's true though.
It's true.
And you let her talk crazy in public, and behind the scenes you're like, hey girl.
Yeah, like Savannah, that was wild.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta check you on that one. Yeah. Love you though.
No, so like that buys you a little bit of grace. And so the fact that Elena Deladon,
yes,
who feels like respectfully she retired in 2022, but it was literally like April when she said goodbye to the WNBA.
Yeah.
She came out on Instagram stories and reposted a tweet, like a Twitter compilation of everyone supporting Napheesa Collier, and was like, I still don't even think Cathy knows I retired because I never heard from her.
Well, and that goes to what Fee said, that like everybody and their mother's brother's dog sister reached out to Fee when she got injured? Except for Cathy, the assistant.
So you're getting your number two.
Your number two woman to Cathy.
Obviously doesn't
reached
hit the
out
same.
to her.
Obviously doesn't hit the same.
No, it's like a little inauthentic.
Like your man up and his best friend's like, oh, you know,
my bro.
You know, he's really,
he's traumatized childhood.
Yeah. Shut up.
Whatever.
Oh, this was regroup.
Wow.
That felt personal.
Whoa. Take a breath.
And scene. Okay, so also and including, so from that point forward, what transpired was the two sides were supposed to have a meeting. Napheesa and Cathy had something on the books. They're gonna do a little chat, little coffee chat.
Yeah.
When Cathy said, I did not say that, Napheesa canceled the meeting.
Yep.
And the reporting from Ramona Shelburne, who is literally the GOAT, like Ramona doesn't get things wrong. She said that Collier was the one who initiated the cancellation of the meeting. And what's more, because of Engelbert's assertion on Friday during the news conference that Collier's depiction of a private conversation between them was filled with inaccuracies, it's pretty much pushed the relationship beyond repair.
That's
as one source put it.
Crazy.
So now everyone's saying Cathy's got to go.
Yep.
And I would just like to add, I know we can't spend all day on this, even though we could spend all day on this.
Yeah.
I just think it's so great that it was Napheesa that said something. It's a vulnerable place to put yourself in. You don't know what kind of retribution you're going to see.
Yeah.
You don't know who owes who's a favor.
Yeah.
And they come down from the board of governors, the ownership level, and there's some kind of retribution. You really don't know. It's brave.
So brave.
Because you're speaking up literally on an island alone. She's sitting on a platform by herself.
Exactly.
Taking the word to the streets, the word to the people. And like, you really don't know how things are going to fall.
Yeah.
Where the chips are going to fall. So Napheesa was the right one to do it as somebody who's respected, as somebody
Absolutely.
who's a voice for the players, as somebody who's also a good player.
Yeah.
That is so...
Runner-up MVP.
It's so important because it's easy to see some scrub who's saying all the same things.
Yeah.
That's easily... Like you can
you're
cut
left
them.
bench and you can cut them. 5 points.
You sit in the back row.
Literally.
You sit with the fans.
By the stands.
Yeah, so it was the right person. It was the right time. It was the right message. And we'll be watching.
We'll be absolutely watching. And I want to just before going to the fallout, just before we just completely move on, tackle one thing.
Sure.
We know that this leaves the WNBA in probably the most vulnerable state that is ever seen since the Caitlin Clark effect. Let's call it that.
Okay.
Because of the lockout here. And now I also see the other angle of rival offseason competition potentially having an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because what's to stop them from expanding their season if there's a lockout and making players choose?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be a choice, but the following year.
Exactly.
When the CBA is ratified.
Exactly. And especially, if there's a lockout coming up this upcoming season, it pushes back the season maybe even 2 months.
Yeah. Like if there's crossover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's to stop the rival leagues like Unrivaled to do that? And then you get into now this is a theory I saw online. I don't really subscribe. Okay. I'm just putting it out there. But
for the first time ever.
I don't subscribe. I promise. The tinfoil is off. I'm just acknowledging the tinfoil is there.
You buy tinfoil in bulk from Costco.
I love tinfoil.
You bought it once and it's 500 meters.
I do love some tinfoil.
You've worn it ever since.
I love it.
Okay, so what's the
theory is that so basically So apparently Caitlin Clark did not even know that she was going to be called out in the press conference. I mean, at this point, is it ever a surprise?
And initially she said no comment.
She said no comment initially. Exactly.
She was the only player to say no comment.
But she doesn't, you know what? Because that's a whole separate, that's a whole sidebar. I could get into that later. But Nafisa, she obviously, once again, she is the founder of Unrivaled.
Yep.
Her husband is the president. There is not a conflict of interest.
No, there's absolutely there is a conflict of interest.
Okay, but then you can put it like that.
You don't think so?
Yeah, there is. I'm trying to put it nicely.
No, but
because this is the tinfoil.
But keep it real for a second. There very much is a conflict of interest.
Yeah,
you're running a league,
a rival
that
league.
has the same players.
Yep.
That you're paying more. And that's like a main marketing thing that we actually pay our girls what they're worth.
Way more.
So you're putting yourself in direct competition with the W. You're doing different times. It's a different style.
Yep.
It's a different feel to it for sure. But there definitely is a conflict of interest.
Yep.
However, you can say that and you can flag it and everyone can still say, we still want you to represent us, so it's fine, don't worry about it. And then you're good to go.
Yeah.
But there absolutely is a conflict of interest. Do I think she's trying to take down the W so Unrivaled will succeed further? I do not.
No.
I do not.
I don't see that.
Because she could easily say, screw the W, middle fingers to the sky.
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on Unrivaled because they just did another round of investment.
And now their league is valued at $340 million. And their first year, they reportedly generated $27 million.
So again, like she doesn't need the W money, but it's the WNBA. It's still the best of the best of the best. So there is definitely room for her to be like, honestly, bye. I think she's doing it again for the people who don't have the voice, for the people who don't have the option.
Yeah.
Because there's not going to be the entirety of the W playing in Unrivaled.
Yeah.
It's saved for the big names, for the big stars.
Yeah.
There's a very clear tier system of who gets to play in Unrivaled.
Yeah.
And if you're a social media sweetheart, you get the call. And if you're a baller, you get the call.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And it is what it is. But there is a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
There is.
There absolutely is. But like, so I just wanted to point that out before you completely move on. And just even a whole separate thought, while I still have it, is basically like, think about Europe. Yeah. Like if you are
often I do.
I know. I love I
always
Europe.
look at flights.
Honestly, like, every day. Flight scanner. Like everything you can think of.
Do I want to go to Warsaw?
Sponsor this podcast, please.
No, please. I beg.
Air Canada, you need some, good publicity.
Travelocity, Red Tag.
We're ready.
Air Canada, Western. Yes, Jet2 holiday.
Let's go. Anyway, but yeah, if Europe steps into the conversation, like, because we all know that the history of the women's basketball in Europe is a very like that kiki. But if they're like, hey, maybe we'll have Paige Beckers play in Europe this season. Let's pay her stupid money to do that. Like, and then that can potentially cross over to WNBA season 2. So once again, it kind of leaves the WNBA in a fix it now position. That's how I see it.
Oh, the players have leverage.
Fix it yesterday.
Cathy.
Start
making the calls, babe.
All right.
Crisis management time, my love.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One dance to Nuck If You Buck at All-Star ain't gonna fix it.
Yeah. No, the stud buds can't fix that for you. No, we love them.
Okay.
All right. So the actual gameplay stuff that we've seen.
The WNBA Finals.
WNBA Finals. Hello, hi.
The first 7-game series ever in WNBA history.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It's huge. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay, let's just dive right on into so far. Just like general thoughts of what we've seen, matchups, and just like, what we're expecting from Las Vegas and Mercury. For me personally, I see the Vegas Aces, and I'll say Aces this time, not Asias.
Yeah.
Not Vegas Asias, it's the Vegas Aces, because they are actually playing like a team, and different players are stepping up to the challenge, like on different nights. You know, we saw Evans. We saw
Dana Evans.
Yeah, we saw Dana Evans go off. We saw
Jackie Young
go off. And then Asia Wilson is doing Asia Wilson things. So I think that the Aces came out like very strong in this series. And yeah, once again, my Aces fan.
Now you're getting emotional.
I love to see it.
So as we recording this on a Monday, the Aces are up 2-0. Wednesday is game 3. They go back to Phoenix for the Merc to try and get one. So far, honestly, game 1 was an instant classic.
Yep.
That game was so good, and the Mercury squandered it. Yeah. They gave it back. I just know Alyssa Thomas is sitting there in bed, corpse pose, being like, those free throws. those goddamn hit your free throws. We're told from what time?
I know.
From infancy.
I know.
Knock down your free throws. So she has a chance to go up one, then she has a chance to tie it. She misses both. The Aces hold on, despite the fact the Mercury were leading almost the entirety of the way. Like the probability for them to win that game, it was in their favor.
Very much.
And despite the fact that the Aces only had 7 turnovers, despite the fact that they kept inching into the lead slowly, the Mercury, they lost that game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the Aces won. The Aces did what they need to do to be in a chance to steal.
Yeah.
But the Mercury lost that game.
They absolutely lost it.
And then game 2 was just...
Before you get into game 1 real quick, just to jump in.
Yeah.
The final possession of game 1 was very telling.
Oh, the Mercury?
The Mercury, yeah. For like, that was a choke fest because it was.
A choke fest.
It was a choke fest.
Time out.
Well, it was who was it? Satu that got the ball on top, and she basically chucked it. What the problem though with that is that there's 8 seconds left on the clock. They ran some sort of play that definitely fell apart. Honestly, the shout out to the Aces defense. They're all up in them. But that said, like they had a timeout. Like the Mercury had an extra timeout. They could have taken one like easily at any point, even with 3 seconds left. They could have been like, you know what, time.
Yeah.
But they didn't take it. Instead, they just like, once again, like Satu, she kind of just chucked something up when that could have been, we're heavily down. It could have been at least a tie.
They were down 2.
Yeah,
or
so
they were down 1 at the time. So it would have been to tie and then be up 1.
Yeah. Or then in that case, timeout, call a play, get to the hoop and draw a foul.
Yeah.
That's easy. Because at least if you get to the rim, make your layup. Oh my goodness, make your layup. And then like at least it's a tie game or you're up 1 and then
you put you swing the pressure.
The pressure goes back the other way.
The Aces.
Like 8 seconds is actually a long time to do something.
It's so long.
It's a long time. It's not like 0.2 over no.
Especially in that situation, like let's be quiet for 8 seconds. It's awkward as fuck. That was 5.
Gonna be so
that's 5 seconds. A lot can happen.
A
lot can happen. I can't do it. Us be quiet for 8 seconds.
Wow.
Couldn't be us.
It could not.
But that game was obviously very closely contested. I think Phoenix let that one get away from them. But again, it's the Aces who put themselves in a position to be able to steal it.
Yeah.
You need a few things to fall in your favor if you're going to steal a game, and that is what happened. And then game 2 was just what we're used to seeing from them. The first half, I would say, of game 2 was like kind of sloppy all around. The Aces had 7 turnovers, which was the total that they had in game 1 altogether.
Yep.
But it was every single player looking to Asia and her scoring more points than Phoenix in the second quarter alone.
Yep.
Putting her finest quarter together in a W finals, Miss Asia. But I do want to say, I said last week, where are all the hot people?
Yeah.
I was promised hot people in this series.
Where the baddies at?
I was promised that Asia had a supporting cast. And then all of a sudden,
found them.
Dana Evans.
Hi.
The girl who transfers to a new school.
Right.
And they're like, who's that hot girl walking down the hallway? Right? And then Jackie Young comes out and pops 32.
Uh-huh.
What? Mm-hmm. Okay, glow up. Mm-hmm. Obviously, she's somebody that's affected the whole entire playoffs. She had another 32-point game against the Fever. She also had 10 assists there, but shot 60% from the field, Young did in game 2. So she was locked in.
Yeah.
And I just think that the way the Mercury rely on Alyssa Thomas, it makes it really hard to separate yourself in terms of a lead, to get yourself some cushion, because when she's bothered and when people are in her kitchen and the double teams are coming, she's able to pass out of them. Don't get me wrong. We saw it early in the first half. She was, feeding Copper at the 3-point line, and she was able to capitalize, and then the Aces got control of things. And the one thing I will say though, I'll let you jump in, but Alyssa Thomas gets like no breaks. No. I think she rests for like 3 minutes total in the game. Like her breaks are a minute and a half.
Yeah.
In the second quarter, she went out for a minute and a half, and the Mercury were able to weather the Aces' storm.
Yeah.
They only scored 2 points, I think. They got 1 bucket from the field, and then she came back in. Okay, so no damage done.
Yeah.
That's perfect, because from the Aces' standpoint, they really want to utilize that time when Alyssa's not on the floor to make things chaotic and make Phoenix pay. But then in the fourth quarter, Alyssa didn't start the quarter, and she came in, and it was a 6-point. It was like boom, 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 boom from the aces, and they're like, okay, timeout. Like, we got to get our girl back.
Yeah. Well, there was actually a brief period in the third where it looked like the Mercury were chipping, but then Becky Hammond took a timeout, and bam, the aces came back out firing.
Yeah.
But I will say, to your point, kind of with Alyssa, yeah, she's definitely the engine, but her Achilles heel was really showing in this game, and that's the fact that she doesn't shoot threes.
Yeah.
Because basically so the entire team, like the Mercury, they were off from three. They shot 17%.
Yeah, it was bad. Would they make 5 in game 2?
Yeah.
5?
It was not.
Of like 20 something? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was, it was 5 for 28.
Yeah.
And they were, it was not cute to see it. And like, so, Duana, it was not cute. Duana Bonner was missing.
Us as a coach in the huddle. Okay, ladies. Not cute.
Not cute. Literally, that would be me. Okay, so not cute.
I'm going to need to
say it in the sexy red way though. NOTCUTE. Duana Bonner was missing. Sammy Whitcomb was missing. Now, I will say this with her case, she was injured like in game 1. She came back on the court, but she looked still off to me. And I think that was lingering into game 2. So I'm kind of giving her a break there because they have other people that should have stepped up. The girl that I've been really keeping a close eye on that I really like, Monique Akoa Makani, she was also missing from 3. She also shoots fairly well. She's like 39% from 3. Yeah. So I was like, girl,
night for the girls.
Where are you at? Literally.
Which is unfortunate because like turnovers, rebounds.
Yeah.
Well, they got kind of crushed a little bit on rebounds, but that was like later in the game.
Yeah.
They were pretty equal. Second chance opportunities, points in the paint. Like, all things were created equal. And then it was just the aces shot, 60% from the field?
Yeah.
50%?
69%.
From the field?
Or free throw.
No, the aces free throws were booty.
Yeah, that was not good. I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. No, they shot 49%. So about 50% from the field. Yeah.
So again, it's like ultimately like scoring and winning solves a lot of problems. Facts. And if you're going to be doing all the grunt work, because no one's saying the Merc weren't hustling.
And then,
it's just their shots weren't falling.
Exactly. And the aces, they were. Like they shot, it wasn't like extremely amazing, but it was average, and the average outweighs 17%.
Well, also we talked about this in the who was it? The Fever Aces series, that we didn't give enough credit to the Aces defense for affecting those shots.
Yeah.
And you have Asia Wilson on your team, and she's running out and challenging you at the 3-point line, and she's affecting the way that you're shooting, your mechanics, blocking it. So it was an Aces game, and I didn't really feel confident in the Mercury the whole time that they could come back.
And they just looked uncharacteristically off. They weren't as physical, it seemed like. Like the aces were the ones controlling the pace and the physicality of everything.
Yeah.
But the other thing that stood out to me was actually the fact that the Mercury switched their defense a little bit. They started switching everything man. Mm-hmm. And like they haven't done that before. Like they're a physical team. They usually fight through things.
Yeah.
And so I mean, they clearly were like, okay, well, that didn't work in game 1. So they went away from that. So they tried to manage something else, and they didn't have the outside threat on the offensive side. And so now they're just collapsing inside. And Vegas is like, this is where we eat. We have sides here.
Shoot it. Let her shoot.
Literally, No, this is
no one ever
seconds.
said that's me.
That's 8 seconds right there. Let her shoot.
You better knock that down.
You better be screaming shooter. That's the only thing I want to hear when I'm on the outside.
If you don't knock that down, you gotta go home.
Facts.
That's the rule.
Let
her shoot. Let her shoot.
Crushed.
We really are super disrespectful out there.
Anyway.
Because I have said that several times about someone else.
Oh, me too. All the time. I wonder why my teammates didn't like me.
Rebound.
Let her shoot it.
Yeah, she's fine.
Missed it.
Classic.
Long rebound.
Classic. Yeah, 1,000%.
So yeah, we'll be watching more of the finals. It's so exciting to kind of be keeping up with this. And like as you said, it's a Monday that we're shooting, so Wednesday is the next game, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Wednesday, Friday. So yeah. I think we'll be back Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I think.
Yep.
So I think I hope we're back talking about Game 7. But we could be back talking about a WNBA champion.
Yep.
So we're excited.
Let's
to see.
go.
I know.
Okay.
Do you think the Merc are gonna win both at home or split 1-1? They're not gonna get swept.
They're not gonna get swept.
I don't think so.
And I'm not completely counting out the Mercury yet. Like I'm not saying, like they had an uncharacteristic game in game 2. I think they're gonna come back game 3 and get a win at home for the first one. They're like, okay, we're not Obdus. Like we can't have this right now.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna come back game 3, put up a fight. They're probably gonna win that one, I think. And then game 4, that might be a toss up because Aces might react again to them or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could also argue a potential win for Mercury again. I think we're getting a series either way. It's not going to be just like, roll over and just like let the Aces have it? Like, no, it's going to just be, it's going to be a series.
Teams down 2-0 forced a game 6 87 times. This is the MNBA. 16% forced a game 6 and 24% completed the series comeback.
Interesting.
So they got some work to do.
They got some work. Well, we don't compare leagues.
I mean,
and also this is the first time
AI
there's ever
on Google,
seven. Yeah. Oh, now you like ChatGPT.
Oh my God.
We don't. I love ChatGPT.
Here we go.
I love ChatGPT so much. Anyways, but this is also the first time that we're seeing a 7-game series.
Well, that's
for the W.
Yeah. So there's less need to panic soon.
Yeah.
But, you know, from a coaching standpoint, like Coach Tibbs versus Coach Becky has so much more finals experience.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a test for him, his coaching staff, to see what incremental changes they can make. The problem is that Asia Wilson is just, and I know we like are honestly like on her all the time. Like we sound like the biggest groupies, but the fact of the matter is like what she's doing.
She's a 4-time MVP.
She continues to be iconic. She continues to set new records. She just did in game 2. Like she continues to get better, but you got to send the help and you got to send it early on her.
Yeah.
And you have to make her uncomfortable. You got to be physical with her. You saw how she felt about Boston. Mm-hmm. She wasn't really like, I feel like she was more like your kid sisters like grabbing you and you're like, okay, enough. Like, you know what I mean?
About Boston?
Aaliyah Boston on defense for the Fever. That when she's like, oh, we'll see. You think I get a favorable whistle. Look how many free throws
Facts.
So I think you can annoy her.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to like shake her.
Yeah. No, you can't shake her like that. I was like going to say, like, do you see her post-game interview? I think it was Holly Rowe. She brought the team out and she was like, I'm about to get that ball. You see that?
I did.
Teammates always give me the basketball in the right spots. They know I love to get that ball.
Okay, last question. I read the clip.
I did.
Savage.
I like to get my hands on balls.
And this is why we love her. She's a queen on and off the court. All right. So you told me that you have some feelings towards the I guess women's flag football. Oh. Yeah, no. We're
I was like feelings. Hello?
Feelings?
We don't do that here.
What? No. Feelings towards the women's flag football that was featured in an NFL game. Set it up for me.
Okay, so this past Sunday at the Buffalo Bills New England Patriots halftime, they brought out the USA women's flag team and the Canada women's flag team to play during half. They had a whole day for them set up. I saw through Instagram. They got to practice. They had a dinner. They had cupcakes. They got swag. They got to take pictures on the field. I'm pretty sure they were involved in the opening ceremonies. Like they walked out and held a flag kind of situation. And then they got to live my dream. Playing football in front of 15,000 people, 20,000 people, whatever it is, to, just showcase the game of women's flag football. You know I'm a huge advocate for it, obviously. It's going to be an Olympic sport in 2028. I think it's going to become immensely popular, so much so that the NFL recently announced that they're looking into creating a professional flag football league for both men and women.
Whoa.
And they want to do it before the Olympics begins.
That's a crunch time.
To try and, expedite the love of the game. I mean, you plan 2026, you go 2027, Olympics 2028, potentially something along those lines. But oh my God, like if this is a safe space, I am jealous. I'm so jealous. Listen, I'm happy for everybody that gets a chance to play in this.
For you. So happy.
So I wish you well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, have a good day.
Have a great day.
Have a good day. Mm-hmm. But
cheers.
5 years ago, maybe. Definitely before I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
8 years ago, I would have been stomping on that logo. Stomping at that logo at the Buffalo Bills Stadium.
What if they came to you and were like, hey, Ash, we want you to be a commissioner on the league or
love.
Yeah?
Oh, for sure. Of course. I would want to be involved in any way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be doing Cinderella Stories remote going forward. Hello. But it's just one of those things. And I think that you saw a lot of athletes in general feel that way when NIL became a thing.
Yeah.
Because they were losing out on so much money. The NCAA was taking so many liberties with their rights and likeness and usage. And finally, the players are getting paid.
Yeah.
Even the trainers are getting paid. We saw it in March Madness, that guy with the speaker.
They're getting back paid now.
They're getting money.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting money.
I know.
I'm not getting
Honestly,
merch.
you know what's funny? Because
I'm not getting I don't know, something at the tailgate at the Buffalo Bills game.
No, facts. Coming out of high school for me personally, there was an opportunity, obviously, for me to play like D1. My twin sister played D1. She played at Alabama, then Northwestern. I had a couple offers to go play down there as well, but I ultimately chose to stay in Canada, whatever. That's a whole sidebar. Not going to go into that. But I know, boo. But I do wonder sometimes. I was thinking about this morning as we were talking. Had NIL been on the table,
you would have gone.
Probably would have actually tipped the scales.
1,000,000%.
Because I was pretty... Do I stay home or do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? And then I was thinking, like, honestly, if NIL, especially the amount of money,
the potential,
I probably think, bye. I'm making my generational wealth now. So see you later. Yeah. Like, because at the very least, not only do you graduate debt free, even if you only made $10,000, you have $10,000 in your pocket that you could be investing while you're in university for 4 years.
And you don't even have to be good to be capitalizing on NIL, which not to say that would have been you left bench, but to say that you could be personality. Yeah. And you can be showing behind the scenes.
You can stand up, clap, sit back down.
You could do your little celebration.
Yeah,
at the end of the bench, bicycle, like all those things. Different handshakes. Everyone has a different one. Yeah, like there's multiple ways to get the cash. Yep. Anyway, all that to say, congrats to the girls for playing football. Yeah. For living my dream.
No, I think it's amazing.
I wish you well.
We actually wish
in
you
hell.
Well. All right.
In hell. Someone play Cardi B.
That's Cardi.
Someone play. I wish you well.
I wish you well. In hell.
I really
burn in hell.
Let's try.
I just think it's super cool to watch this over time, and we know that the NFL is a beast.
Yes,
they are a juggernaut, and so if they say this is going to get done in 6 months, it might get done in 5.
No, literally.
And also, there's too much money to leave on the table because you bring in the youth systems as well. You have those professional teams in X city. You have a youth organizations that's attributed to it. They already all have their own youth flag program across the board. So it's exciting times.
No, it's great, and it's just amazing the fact that like we talked about this in one of our earlier episodes, and that is the fact that I've always been amazed at the fact that, okay, I love the NFL, whatever, go Vikings. And so I love the NFL, but I've always thought like, well, why don't women have a football league? I remember like thinking that as a kid, like as like a little kid, not knowing anything on the level that the NFL is on. Okay. I knew of the WNBA, but even then, exactly. No. But even then, it wasn't. Even WNBA wasn't on TV.
Can I tell you a secret?
Like what? Oh. Uh-oh.
Do you remember the lingerie football league?
Yes, I do remember that one. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Is it crazy that I tried out and made the team?
Honestly, up here. Up top. I see that for you. Good for you.
Thank you. I never played.
What was it called? It was called like
it was the Toronto Triumph, and it was the LFL, the lingerie football league. And I was talking to someone about it the other day, and I was looking through some of the photos, and the way that they had these girls showing up for this training session was crazy.
And how many male training staff and coaches were there?
It was all males.
Okay.
They were using like former CFL players, and they were doing all this stuff. Like the tryout itself was on the level. Like I'd say the tryout itself wasn't like in a shady back alley when they're like, can you do the splits? Like it wasn't that. But it was an interesting thing to see unfold because first of all, you could get fat listed. If you came out in your uniform, which was booty shorts and a bra, by the way.
This is the scoop.
You also wore a hockey helmet, and then your shoulder pads were ornamental at best. Like they didn't protect any vital organs. There was nothing in front because, like, obviously, then your cleavage.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing the uniforms.
Gotta show the yitties. You know what I'm saying? So, if you came out in your uniform and you had like a little love handle or whatever, I feel like you got one warning, and then if you didn't gather yourself, you get fat listed. Like they wouldn't put you in the game until you like regained your stature, your appropriate stature.
It's giving Dallas Cowboys,
and then
cheerleaders.
But then also it's like you want me to be like an athlete. Yeah, and I guess for the
girls
cheerleaders too, like athletes come in different shapes and sizes. So they would have like the girls that were really gorgeous, and like a bunch of them were friends of mine, and they would have them at the back of the bench, like healthy scratches, I guess, in tank tops, little boats, little neck collar things, their booty shorts, and like a garter belt, like cheering for the girls while the game was happening.
Okay.
And a lot of the decisions that they made, because a lot of the girls that played in my football league went out to try out.
Yeah.
And a lot of the decisions that they made were based on appearance, not on actual football skill. Yeah. Doug Ford's daughter, Krista, was involved in the team, they like really rallied around her because at the time it was Rob Ford's niece because he was mayor at the time. Mayor? Yeah. Anyway, whatever. So they're like,
that timeline.
They're like, Ashley, we want you to be like the running back. And like, with all due respect to the girls, like I saw the offensive line. I was like, absolutely hell no. Hell no. I have to work on Tuesday. And like, we're playing girls from the States and those NCAA athletes are no joke.
Oh, no. They're crazy. I believe it. Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm supposed to go against somebody who's a literal shot putter and you're supposed to block me. You are supposed to block for me.
She also plays rugby. Oh.
It ain't happening. No, I'm good. And then also, so the guy who was like running it in Toronto, his name was Mitch something. He was on an episode of Blind Date, super spray tan.
Okay, this is getting crazy. This lore is its own like reality show right now.
And so I like raised my hand. I had a question because I worked at Rogers Communications at the time. Like I wasn't in broadcasting yet. That was like a second act in my life. And I was like, is there like insurance, or if we get hurt and someone like throws a beer bottle at us from the stands and we get like clocked in the head and I have a concussion and I can't work for 3 weeks, or I tear my ACL or something happens, is there like basically like insurance where I get like workers comp? No, there's none of that. And I was asking a few questions and he's like, what are you, like a lawyer? And I was like, for that reason I'm out.
They're just saying like,
for that reason
you're a dumb girl that's a pretty face, but dumb girl that
shut up
should
and
just
tackle somebody.
And
it was
have
wild
your
though.
boobs and butt out everywhere.
A number of my girls played the first and second season before the Toronto team folded, and they had a time.
Whoa.
They honestly
so you tapped out. So you're like, no, it's a no for me, dog.
They did a game. Like, speaking of the flag game that
you
was
made the team though. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, obviously. Duh.
But you're like running back? No.
Well, I was just like, yeah. Anyway.
And also just all the other problems.
There was like a lot of business model issues.
On the sidebar.
The problem is
outside of the game itself.
The problem I was too old. Like I was too critically thinking.
Yeah, you're
as
a critical
opposed
thinker
to
at a young
like
age.
22 years old. Like, yeah, let's go.
You're like,
know what I mean?
I have a question.
Yeah, quick.
Shut up.
Quick question down. Yeah, so the girls had a good time. They did a halftime game at a Dallas Cowboys game, I believe.
Okay.
Because I remember this girl that I know, Davine, shout out Davine, she tried to do a goal line stand against somebody who was running downhill. She got absolutely slobber knocked. Like, she got laid out. The girl scored a touchdown. She got trucked over. It's viral on YouTube. I'll find it. We put it in.
Okay. Also,
shout out
sidebar.
Davine.
This is like so. I have so many questions now. So many questions. How supportive were the bras for the?
I didn't play.
But your friends that did.
They didn't. No, you were. Zoom. It was giving Baywatch.
Okay, so it was definitely not a sports bra. Like, it was just like it was straight up.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
The photo shoot looked fun though. Like, I would love to have those photos.
The photos look cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah. For like my kids, maybe grandkids kind of thing.
I used to be like, your mom used to look like this. Yeah.
Just so you know.
Your jeans.
Or even I put on a t-shirt right now and wear it when I go outside ugly. Like, just so you know.
Be like, ooh, I like that shirt. Thanks, it's me.
Thanks. It's actually, who is that? It's literally me. Oh.
Well,
when you show up at the airport, just mangled, and they're like, can we see your passport? They're like, oh,
okay.
Anyway, that's my lore for the day. That's like part of another life that I lived.
I'm so happy we sidebarred on
this
that.
I'm going to show you the bra.
Yeah, wow. That's a bra. It holds something.
Look at the girls. Not the girls.
Yeah,
the
no,
ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look good.
I was gonna say,
you look good, girls.
That's a great bikini.
But yeah, it's just a lot. Like,
yeah, that's
the
crazy.
whole thing's like in your booty. And they were saying that
ageism. That has to be a thing there too.
They use like what I've been told, to be fair, like an old like stripper trick. So like, think about, you're wearing that, you're on your period, you got to play a football game.
Oh my god.
So they would insert their tampons and then they would cut the string off, so you didn't get a chance for it to like. Because like, imagine you go for a tackle and you just like.
I have more questions about that now. Okay.
Like how yeah. There's a fishing expedition at the end. That was your question, right?
Okay, yeah. Anyway.
Was it your question?
Yeah, it was. I have more questions on all my questions.
Anyway, more with Docking MD after this.
Wow, okay.
Ashley MD.
No, that was so informative. I appreciate it. I'm happy we went there.
Any other LFL questions? Let me know.
Anyways, back to
Sanity,
I guess. Wow, that was quite the detour. I'm so happy we went there. Wow.
Speechless.
The NSL.
So the Northern Super League.
Northern Super League.
Known for their equality and inclusion.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So
go ahead.
So the NSL, their chief growth officer, Diana Matheson, she was also the founder, obviously, of the NSL. You know a lot about this as well. You wrote this in our production notes, but she was surprised. Tell me what she was surprised about, Ashley.
Okay, so the NSL decided to name the trophy, the championship trophy, after her. So I obviously, like, if it's me, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm etched into history forever. But she said she didn't know that they were going to name it that they like surprised her with it. So, you know, the quote is like, I'm really grateful. I'm super humbled. For me, like,
Cap.
You think so?
Cap.
I'm too nosy. I'm like,
Cap.
why is everyone whispering? Why is everyone ray-tay-taying? Plus, you're like in the C-suite.
Yeah.
They're all keeping a secret from you. I have other questions.
That's a whole separate question.
What else are you keeping from me? I just think it's funny.
So there's other group chats without me then.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know what's giving for me when you told me about this story in the production doc? I was thinking about the fact that it reminds me of the time when my mom found out what her surprise gift was.
Okay.
Because I think one of my siblings like told her.
Yeah.
But my mom said like, oh no, I'll act surprised. Don't worry, I'll act surprised.
Right.
And then on the day of, she gets the gift and she's like, wow, really?
I'm stunned.
Whoa. Like, come on now. She ain't no Oscar winner over here, but like, come on now. But like, that's why I'm like, there's no way that Diana could have not known.
That's what I'm saying.
It's giving mother that got the surprise ruined.
Yeah, it's giving.
She
We looked under our parents' bed and knew all our Christmas gifts before.
But I could still sell that though.
Could you?
For me? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a master at acting surprised.
We made my mom cry one year because we looked.
Oh,
and
did
she
you?
was mad because nothing was a surprise anymore.
Oh,
and she
you
loves
didn't
Christmas.
sell it.
No.
What?
I can't lie.
Oh my-
That's the one thing about me.
Oh.
I'm a really bad liar.
It's not lying, it's acting.
No, she was so upset. It actually like ruined Christmas. Like I never did it again because I felt so bad. Because my mom is like very much into
Holidays.
Christmas. Well, she still writes me gift tags from Santa. She's like, to Ashley from Santa. Like she's committed to the bit. So it's like she didn't even change the handwriting, which is crazy. Like at least use your left. You know what I'm saying? Pretend it was an elf.
No, my twin sister, when she's giving gifts to people, she says Santa, like within the family.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, no, this is from Savannah D. Hamilton. Just so you know where this came from, because there's no confusion here.
I want credit.
I want the credit.
want credit.
Thank you. I spent my money on this.
But yeah, so they unveiled the trophy. It's going to be the Diana B. Matheson Cup, which like, okay. You started the league. You did Project 8. You did the fundraising. Cool. I was under the impression they were going to do something for Christine Sinclair.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah,
just
that would
because
make
she's
the
just
GOAT.
the pinnacle of sport. And not to take away from what Diana Matheson
No.
did. She is a star midfielder for that Canadian women's core that
Yeah.
really led them to greatness on the world stage. But yeah, anyway, Toronto.
Maybe it also recognizes Diana in a light of more of an executive,
like
more
on a
than just a
business
player.
side,
Yeah,
for like galvanizing
the founder,
galvanizing the group in order
Exactly.
to actually get this thing off the ground and have the inaugural season this year.
Yeah, maybe that's kind of what
yeah.
their thought
I'm not like
was.
sitting there being like protesting the fact that her
No.
name's on it. It's just like
No, she has
you
an
didn't
incredible
know.
career,
You're telling
yeah.
me you didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know though.
Diana.
Be so for real. We love you.
AFC Toronto has won the Shield, so they're first on the table. They're going to win the inaugural Shield,
Yep.
and then playoffs are at BMO November 15th for those who are following.
Awesome, amazing. All right, you mentioned her. Let's talk about Christine Sinclair. Hey.
So she had her jersey retired by the Portland Thorns.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
NWSL royalty, soccer, football royalty, however you want to say it, Canadian sports royalty, men or women. So her jersey was retired. Her name was put up in like a ring of honor at the Portland Thorns Stadium. She spent over a decade with that NWSL team, and she is just somebody who is
an icon,
super like nonchalant about her greatness, which I think lends to the narrative.
Goes into the lore.
Yeah, 1,000%. So she's the most decorated Canadian soccer player. She's scored the most international career goals, not out of women, out of everybody. I'm talking like Ronaldo,
Period.
Messi,
Bruh.
Beckham, all the names. Like it's Christine at the top of the list. And so the one thing though that is so funny to me is like the way that she rides or dies for that low po.
Oh, I know. She loves the
low po.
Come
She
on.
loves the low po. Here I am looking like a founding father when I go low po without a lash. And she's just like, this is my signature look. I'm going to win a gold medal and just absolutely, and I'm just going to be a low po regardless.
She's like, it was actually the low po for my success.
No, 1,000%. It powers up the bottom of her brainstem.
Back.
No, but so I know that you loved the story. We didn't get a chance to talk about it on the podcast, but Natisha Heidemann was made into a baddie by Dejanay Carrington.
Yeah.
She had a blonde wig. She had a headband. She transformed. Body, tee, makeup, so good. Full beat. Like, she looked amazing.
Amazing.
But imagine if Christine got even like her edges laid.
Like, if Dejanay did Christine
We could still do a pony, but it has to be high.
Yeah.
High and tight.
Oh, like a Sav style. A
Yeah.
little higher.
A little higher, like
higher.
a perch.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a curl, like a hair,
Ooh.
like a hair laid.
Oh, yeah. Like the edges curl.
Yeah. Instead of like a swoop, like an actual.
I'll get my toothbrush.
Christine, I just want to talk.
I just want to.
I just want to talk. Come here. I just want to talk.
Come here.
Don't be scared.
The way that even my little sister when she was growing up, so we went to high school in Brampton, and like our school was predominantly black. Shout out to St. Edmund Campion. It was a time to be had. But the way that like the black girls inherently adopted me and like my family, especially like my little sister, but they also did the same thing to me.
Yeah.
They're like, come here. And they introduced us to like the edges. They introduced us to edges.
I'm gonna show you something.
Let me just.
You're gonna like it.
Yeah, hold still.
Your face is smashed down on the lunch table, like S.
Twirl, swoop, and then you're like a baddie. It was like the princess of It was like we reveal.
You take this and
And
this
this,
and
you
make
make
a princess. Yeah.
Edges.
Okay, so you got bullied into a glow up.
Yeah, and so did my little sister, but we loved it. So it was great.
So anyway, Christine, if you're watching, Christine, don't be scared.
You could be our first guest on Cinderella Stories.
Savannah will lay your edges.
Yeah.
Think about it.
We got you. But yeah, no. But shout out to Christine because actually that was amazing. The fact that like she got the jersey retired and like she is literally one of the greatest, not even soccer players of all time, but one of the greatest athletes of all time. And I think that like she's not a big speaker. She kind of reminds me of Michael Jordan in that sense. These people they do not talk.
They just get down to business.
They just and it adds to the lore.
They do like behind the scenes.
Exactly. And she'll never call herself. She'll always sit here and be like, well, I am the greatest of all time as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, she's never going to say that, at least publicly.
Couldn't be us.
Would never be us.
Couldn't be us.
Did you mention that we're the greatest sports podcast
of all time? Did you actually know
that? Not even just one
we get one
sports podcast.
One episode, 12K views.
Right, 12K views.
And you can't talk to us.
Just laid.
You can't tell us anything.
Nothing. Here we are. Anyway, you have a bit of a Jersey story though before we wrap up. You told me a little bit about how you got humbled.
Yeah. And I think that that's the thing too, right? It's like, you know, the Lord only gives you what you can handle. Mm-hmm. And I think if I was any better at athletics, I might have been a terrible person.
Yeah.
Because... You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I'll talk my shit. I'll tell you about myself. Like,
so
let
humble.
you know what I can do. But imagine that I was actually, like...
Really a meek queen over here.
That's what I'm saying. But imagine actually, like, Trinity Rodman.
Bruh.
Please.
Yeah.
I'd be living at home in my mansion. No, phone dry. Phone dry.
I was gonna say, like, what's worth, like...
Exactly. So now I'm here at the best podcast in the world, but my jersey did get retired when I was at Seneca. And I was like, okay, this is like so amazing. Obviously, like I didn't expect it. I didn't even think they really did that in Canadian athletics at college. So I was like, it was a really big deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm staying there and I'm ready for my do the thing, drop the thing.
Yeah.
It unfurls and the whole thing falls to the ground. They pulled it so hard, it just fell off its perch.
Bruh.
And I was like,
what in the juju is that?
And then the program director, Linda Stapleton, hi Linda, she like picked it up and like handed it to me. And so now I'm like holding it. I'm just like, here you go. There's a picture of me just beside it. Like someone's like holding it above themselves. So they're hidden by it. Yeah. I'm just like, anyway, so.
Was it white? Was it a white jersey?
Yeah.
No.
Multi-sport. No big deal.
Grass stains.
Humble as ever.
Yeah.
No, it was on a stage.
Oh, it was a stage.
Yeah. It was like a banquet.
Oh, okay.
Like the end of season banquet
Hopefully
or whatever.
It wasn't too dusty.
But your jersey wasn't retired.
No.
But you got still recognition years later. They're like, oh, Savannah, we didn't know what we had at the time until we lost you. Tale as old as time.
Yeah, actually what ended up happening is that they switched the uniforms because they changed the university name. So they gave me back my uniform that had the old university name. So now I can never wear it.
I thought it was more ceremonious than that. They're like, actually just take this because it's giving like
actually
discriminatory practice.
It's giving racist in all shaped, ways, and form.
Savannah, we have this racist jersey for you if you want to.
Absolutely.
What? Wear it next week.
No. And get canceled
We'll both
immediately.
wear our college jerseys next week.
I will wear it, but I'll have a
blur over your chest the entire time.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
What's going on there?
Tape it.
Dead.
But no, I mean, it was still actually like, despite the fact that the university name changed and everything, it was still like a really cool moment because like I did get a really sweet letter from my former university coach, Carly Clark.
I love Carly.
Yeah.
She loves a Lopo too.
She loves a
She
Lopo.
loves the
She does her
Sinclair Lopo.
She does her hair out, but she also does a Lopo a lot too.
She does.
Tons.
Double tuck.
Yep, double tuck.
I'm a fan of Carly.
Carly, get over here with the toothbrush too.
Actually, Carly, because she got a strong hairline.
She does.
Do a lot
She
with that.
does. She does.
That is.
We got options.
She's
with
lined
that.
up.
She's good. She's good.
What is wrong with this?
I don't know.
Skirt. Perfect.
Squirrel. But yeah, so
over
I
there.
got a great little like gift basically to commemorate whatever my time at TMU. But a fun fact that I feel like some maybe like hardcore listeners or like WNBA fans or just women in sports fans in general may or may not appreciate is the fact that if you know the name KJ Wright, shout out KJ, we wore the same jersey. Like we were about 2 years apart, I believe.
Okay.
And nobody wore it between those 2 years.
Is she younger than you?
She's older than you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. So she
wore it
played
and then
for at least 2 years at TMU, and then she went to Western, and then I played 1 year against KJ Wright at Western.
You guys wore 11?
Yeah, I love 11.
Bad number.
I love okay, whatever.
Bad
Okay,
number.
outside of that association, I love the number 11.
Bad number.
It's just like it's so like clean.
No, the best athletes wear 10. That's like a universal. No, it's a universal.
Okay.
Like the goats wear 10.
Okay.
The goats wear 10.
Not Michael Jordan.
Okay. Well, 32 is a wild one. I wear 32 for football. Just saying. My mom did as well.
I like 34.
34.
Yeah, 34.
I like 71.
There's something with a 3-4, like a 3-4. It's a big woman number. It's like, huh. My
Like a
twin
3-4,
sister, she
like a
she
1-2,
wears that.
a
Yeah,
1-2,
she's a center.
3-4.
She wore it all the time.
3-4?
3-4.
Bad number.
I like it.
I like 6-7.
3-4. 6. Okay, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Let me guess. Yeah.
I stopped myself. I stopped myself.
Oh, it's a bad number. I would say
13.
No, bad luck.
My birthday. Whoa.
Okay, well, you said it, not
No.
me.
I love 13. It's a lucky number. I heard some countries it actually is a lucky number. So.
What countries?
I don't have the facts right in front of me, so I will not I'll not make assumptions
What
yet.
a proclamation.
Some countries I've heard. Anyways, 13, lucky number. I was born on a Friday too, FYI. That's
I like that though. So you like Halloween?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
I could tell.
That's actually why my birthday party is gonna be a themed, like bit costumey.
Right.
Because I do love Halloween and I love dressing up. So, anyways.
Okay, so 13 in association with Christianity, bad luck. Often traced to the Last
Let
Supper,
me pull up ChatGPT.
where Judas, the betrayer, was the 13th guest. Okay.
Whatever.
In Norse mythology, it links the number to where Loki was the 13th guest at a feast, leading to the death of a god named Balder. Architectural omission, because of superstitions, buildings don't have a 13th floor.
They changed that though. They changed that rule.
Italian culture, 13, a symbol of good fortune. Asian culture, Cantonese speaking areas, 13 is considered lucky because of the pronunciation of similar words for sure to live. And numerology, 13 is viewed as a transformational, renewal, or embracing change number.
Okay. They also have the feminine power of 13. 13 is often linked to women because there's roughly 13 menstrual cycles per year. So,
Bro.
13 reminders that you're not pregnant. How about that? 13 is also it's also lucky in Egypt,
so lucky.
Celtic,
13 times.
indigenous,
My life ends for 5 days.
who also base their moon cycles off of the 13 full moon cycles.
Shout out to our 13 menstrual cycles a year.
Yeah.
What would we do without you?
Constant reminder.
Okay.
Also mention a little bit about what's happening this week.
Yes, please.
Okay, so going into it a little bit. So basically, we have the opportunity to host our very first watch party for the WNBA finals happening this Friday. We're very excited. It's going to be kind of like a friends and family gathering, just kind of like with our community, our direct people that have really supported us. That said, like it's a soft launch. That said, we'll have way more in the future. This is just the beginning.
Yep.
And we'd love to open it up. Obviously, we have limited numbers.
Yeah.
So
The space is tiny. Is tiny, but we do hope to do future watch parties of multitude of sports, not just basketball, where the whole community comes.
Yeah.
Like, let's get the girls together.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it'd be so much fun. But yeah, it kind of is also a bit of a marker for us.
Yeah.
Because this is our first time actually doing something live with people in a venue that approached us as well. So yeah, we're just growing and growing. So
can't stop us.
Can't stop us. With that said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we cannot thank you enough for listening and supporting the podcast as we grow the voice of women's sports in Canada specifically, but also just around the world. That's our goal.
We're going global, babe.
We're going global, babes.
Babe, sorry.
Let's go.